Imagine you're in your favorite salon. You're in that big, comfy massage chair. Your feet are in the whirlpool. Nice, warm, relaxing. Now imagine you can see everything that's in the water with your feet. Perhaps it's just effervescent bubbles, smelling like lilac, lavender, pleasing to the senses, relaxing. But perhaps there's something more. Perhaps there's something darker. Today, I'm going to be explaining to you about some of the risks that go on in a nail salon. Did you know that according to Robert Spalding, a podiatrist in Tennessee, up to 75% of nail salons don't follow proper disinfection protocol? Kind of scary. As a trained and licensed nail technician, I'm going to be discussing some of the often overlooked safety protocols that's in place to protect not only you, but also your loved ones. I'll also be going over how to identify a safe salon and what you can do to protect yourself better the next time that you have your next appointment. So, what we do to protect ourselves? Well, every state protects us or tries to. Every state has certain rules and regulations to protect us. They have an entire board known as the State Board of Cosmetology or Cosmetology and Barbering. These state boards meet regularly and frequently to update protocol, do new rules and regulations, and talk about what they can do to better protect the client. They also make frequent salon visits to ensure that everyone is living up to par and willing to, keep those regulations. There are several things that we have to do to comply as a nail technician. First, as a nail technician in the state of Oklahoma, you have to have at least 600 hours of class time. That's a lot of class time. In class, we learn how to perform different services for our clients. We learn how to protect our clients, and we learn about infections and what causes them. So, how do we get an infection? You can get an infection a lot of different ways. Perhaps the nail tech didn't properly sanitize their equipment, or perhaps you had microscopic cuts or something to that degree. Sometimes the nail technician is the one that's going to be introducing the germs into your system. But other times, just due to not enough information, you're going to be the one introducing the germs into your own body. As a nail technician, we constantly ask our clients not to shave before a pedicure. Shaving before a pedicure allows microscopic cuts all over your legs. Now, if you're soaking them in a pool full of germ infested water, you're probably going to get some sort of infection. Besides, the stubble, it exfoliates our hands and keeps them nice and soft. It's a win win. So, what can we do to get rid of all these nasty little germs? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to disinfect. Disinfecting is killing the large majority of the germs that live on a solid surface. You can use an EPA disinfectant. This is what they use in the hospital. You can use a barbicide. This is the blue stuff you see your hairstylist keep her combs in. Or you can use an autoclave. This is what doctors use to sterilize their equipment. We can decide which form of disinfection is going to be best for us by what we're looking at to disinfect. Metallic items, such as nippers or pushers, can be sanitized using a autoclave. However, something that is porous, such as a file or something of that nature, something softer, we're going to have to soak this. And when we soak it, we have to soak for at least 15 minutes. But before we soak them, we have to scrub them. After all, how are you going to kill those nasty little germs when they're using bits of toenail dust or little skin pieces, whatever, to hide behind and use as shields? You're not going to be able to get to them to kill them. So we scrub, we soak, then we scrub again because the disinfection solution can be highly irritating to the client. So now that we know that everything needs to be disinfected, and to disinfect, we either have to put it in an autoclave or we have to soak it for 15 minutes. What do we do to disinfect those whirlpools that we all love so much? Well, the obvious solution is to, of course, soak it for the 15 minutes after scrubbing. However, what can we do with a whirlpool? You can't throw it in something. No, but you can scrub it out and you can put the solution in to soak for 15 minutes. But you also have to run it because if they aren't running it, there's going to be little nasty germs hiding down in those pipes. So, what salon have you seen that's busy that actually runs disinfection solution for 15 minutes through the pipes? Probably not very many. So, there's all those little creepies hiding. Well, what can we do if we're uncomfortable with the situation we're in? Now that we know a little bit about disinfection, let's suppose you're in a salon where they're not keeping things very clean. Maybe they pull out a file and you can see nail dust on it. You, the easiest thing to do is ask for a new nail tech. Many salons have many nail techs, and generally there's more than one available. But what if the whole salon's pretty nasty? Doesn't matter which station you're at. Well, maybe you should cancel your appointment. But you also need to make sure you contact your state board and report this. After all, that's how they know which salons to go investigate and which ones they need more information from. So now that we know what to look for that's bad, let's talk about a few other things to look for. We want to make sure that they have a license, not just for the nail tech, but also for the salon itself. And that license should be visible at all times. Also, the picture should be a colored picture. If it's not a colored picture, there's a really good chance that they photocopied and it's not their license. So that's an untrained person working on you. Not a good situation. We want to make sure everything's labeled properly. So you want to make sure that, the bottle says whatever it's supposed to be in the bottle. And if you're unsure about the salon, find your state board of cosmetology website and you can read up on what's actually required. You don't need anything special to get on there, just search for it, Google it, and you'll find tons of information. Now, my opinion is just trust your gut. You're going to know if you feel comfortable there or not. If you're not comfortable, then leave. As you can see, there are many unseen dangers in the salon. However, this is no reason to not support your local nail technician. Though there are a lot that try to cut corners, there are plenty more that love their career and it's very important to them. They're going to do the best they can to give you good service and keep you safe. We need to remember that it's okay to say no and it's okay to walk out. But, it's always up to your comfort level. Keep that in mind. So, all in all, let's just remember to keep our piggies happy and healthy. And don't forget to tip your nail tech.